Hey everyone, welcome to my first action figure review. This past Thursday, Hasbro announced the Marvel Legends Avengers Endgame Captain America. It was a Walmart exclusive. Well, the same day it was announced is the same day I found it. Now, whether or not they are actually supposed to be out or not, I'm not sure. I know I've heard the stated June 1st release date, but not for sure. But here it is. So I know ever since I posted on Instagram the other night, I know a lot of you have been asking for a review of it. So I thought I'd give myself a shot at doing this. So just bear with me as this is the first time I'm doing this. So he comes in the standard window box packaging that most Marvel Legends come in. Either side features Steve Rogers unhelmeted there. And then if we spin it around to the back, we have a full art there of Steve holding a shield. The bio that reads, Steve Rogers prepares for the ultimate battle to save the universe and channels all his strength as Captain America. Which most of you by now have probably seen Avengers Endgame and know this figure is a spoiler for sure. So if you're watching this, spoiler alert. But I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to get this thing open and we'll take a look at the figure. Alright, so here he is out of the package. First off, we'll take a look and see how tall he is. But it looks to be about, he stands 6¼ inches tall there. Alright guys, we're going to get right into this. Looking at it, the sculpt on this guy is really nice. The upper torso is completely new on him. These has the scales like he did in the movie, which are a nod to his comic book counterpart. The shoulder pads have the scale sculpting as well. And then the lower half here is a reuse of the Infinity War Captain America. The belt is a reuse of the 10 Years Captain America, and I believe the head is as well. It took me a minute to really decide if they were the same, and I do believe they are. Now, the upper torso does look very, very similar to the Infinity War Captain America, but the big differences are the scales, the star, and the harness, actually. Overall, I think it's pretty good. Looking at the paint on him, he has dark blue suit. I think it looks pretty nice. The reds are dark, but they're a lot lighter than the dull maroonish red we got on the Infinity War cap. Now the browns on the hands and boots are the same. They're a little bit lighter, I think, which I think it looks nice. The belt and the harness browns match. And then we got the silver on the A and the star on the wings and on the harness here. And then he's also got the Avengers logo in silver there. Surrounded in red. Not too much overspray or paint splotching on this guy. Maybe a little bit in the ab section here where the whites and the reds meet. But overall, I think the sculpt and the paint are really nice on him. I guess we can take a look at the accessories that he comes with. I think first we'll go with the shield here. Now, this shield is the same as the 10 Years Quantum Suit. It's the same shield we've gotten. The only difference is they decided to weather it a little bit for us to make it have that battle-worn look. I think the weathering looks really nice. My only complaint is I kind of wish they would have done the broken shield. That's nothing can't fix after the fact if you're into customizing. Next up is the Steve Rogers head sculpt. Now looking at it straight on, Eh, doesn't quite look like Chris Evans, but I think turning it to the side, maybe. It's not bad. It's not great. It works. I do like the sculpting in the hair. The hair looks really nice, and I like the flesh tones. Now, the eyes here, they actually are, it looks a little dark underneath, kind of like he's got sleepy eyes, I guess. Maybe he just woke up from a party. Now for the big reveal here. Uh, he comes with Mjolnir. Now, a lot of you have been asking if it is the same as the previous Mjolnirs that we've gotten, and I have to say it is not. Now, I've got the Thor the Dark World Mjolnir here. Big differences. The hammerhead is bigger on the new one and has way better detailing in the ornamentation. Other big difference, the handle itself. It is a ribbed. The pommel is newly sculpted. And then also, the handle is a completely separate piece from the head of the hammer. And there's the Dark World one. It is a flatter indented ridges in it. Mine's a little curve there. The head has a lot of marbling in it. It is a little bit shinier, but I do have to say I like the new hammer better. Moving on to the articulation of the figure. Articulation's pretty standard on him. He's got ab crunch. You can go down that far. You can go back that much. So if you want him to maybe do a conga line, you can go full 360 here. Now, to get him to go all the way out with his arms, got to get that shoulder pad up over. And you can get him going out that far. He does have bicep swivel, not hindered at all by the shoulder pad. Double jointed elbows. Get that much. A little bit over 90 degrees there. Now the wrist joint on this hand is up and down for hammer holding purposes, and he does have a full swivel. And then this side, fisted hand, and it just has a regular side to side. Now the legs are just reused from the Infinity War cap that we've seen before. Hips, the hips on this one, they're a tad loose, but I think he still holds up fine. It kicks that far forward. Then we'll go not very far back. It kicks out that much. Has a thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Has a pin in there to rock the ankle. So you get some major rockage there. And up and down goes that far forward, that far back. Oh, also waist swivel. Probably the worst part of the articulation on this guy is the head itself. He does side to side. You can get him going full exorcist. Now down, super tough. The helmet head on this neck fills out really, really well, so it's hard to get him to move. It's a little tight. You can get him looking down that much. And then about that far back. Not too terrible, but it is super tight. But that's pretty much it for the articulation on this guy. As far as comparisons are concerned, I know a lot of y'all have been wondering about the quantum suit cap and the head sculpt of Steve Rogers fitting on the quantum suit. So there is the quantum suit cap next to the new Worthy cap, the Infinity War Captain America, which we can see that the legs are the same. And we have the Marvel 10 years Captain America. Overall, I think the new cap is the best one out of the 4 that we've gotten the last year. I think Hasbro pretty much knocked it out of the park. That's just me. Now, as far as the quantum suit head, or the quantum suit Captain America fitting the Steve Rogers head here, I don't think it's gonna work. The ball on the quantum suit cap and the hole there for the Steve Rogers sculpt, I don't think. If you heat it up, maybe. Otherwise, he's just going to it's just going to sit there. Whoa, all wonky looking. And yeah, it looks I don't know. You can try it for yourself if you think, whatever you think. I think the head's a little big for the body. So, popping that back on. But there he is in comparison. But let's compare him to some other figures. Whoop. Jumping out of Marvel Legends, we'll throw in the new Hasbro White Ranger. Then we've got him next to Marvel Legends Ronin and Black Panther. Then we have him next to the Mezco Special Ops Punisher. And then for something a little more different, we've got the Game of Thrones Night King from McFarlane and the Carbide Fortnite figure from McFarlane. Got him next to the Mafex Spider-Man. And then we have him with the SH Figuarts Captain Marvel, who doesn't want to stand up. There we go. And Thor from Infinity War. And finally, we have him next to Build-A-Figure Thanos from Endgame. But I think that pretty much sums it up. I'm going to say this is probably my favorite Captain America that they have released for the movies. Definitely the head sculpt, I think is pretty decent. And the new hammer I enjoy way better than the original one. Get out there and find him, I guess. I found him. It was easy. Not really. I just got super lucky. So, there it is. Y'all have a good one.